Hello friends, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited to have you guys here. If you guys are new here, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a big thumbs up. I do upload new videos every single week, so make sure you guys are staying tuned for those. But let's go ahead and jump into today's video. What I wish I knew before I started nursing school. I do have quite a bit that I wanted to talk about today, so let's go ahead and jump into today's video. It might be a long one, but that's okay. Friends, let's go ahead and jump into this. I do have quite a bit that I wanted to chat about, so you guys will see me look down quite a bit. I'm going to be looking at a list that I made, just jotting down stuff that I did not want to forget. So number one is going to be your workload. I wish I knew about this because I feel like I would have had to maybe cut back hours a little bit sooner at work, because you're gonna have to really focus on time management, because you're gonna have a lot of hefty assignments, homework. It's not even that they're like really big assignments, but there's just like so many in such a short amount of time that you're stressed trying to get things done, like the things that are due by midnight, you know, like it's really hard to stay on track with everything. That brings me to studying. You guys, you have to study for your exams, and you cannot do this last minute. You're going to have to take a really big chunk of your time and be able to really take that time to study, because I used to take exams and I would only study like the couple days prior. Now I'm starting like the weeks prior and then also doing the couple days prior. So I start studying a lot earlier than I used to, so studying is going to be very hefty for you. I take hours out of my day to study. Sometimes I'll study for 4 or 5 hours in a day. So that workload is pretty hefty, especially if you guys are wanting to work or need to work. Just keep that in mind. Number two is going to be missing events. I mean, you're going to have a lack of time, so I really had to cut back on like going out with friends or family and stuff like that. So it's really hard. I mean, you'll see everyone having fun and going out to do things, and you're stuck doing homework and looking at your laptop for hours because you're trying to get these assignments done. So that was something that I had to get used to, of telling people no, and even though I didn't want to, so. Another one is going to be your mindset. You have to have the mindset for nursing school. If you do not, good luck to you. Your mindset is going to be everything, because at first my mindset was just not where it should have been. I was just more focused, like, C's get degrees. I just want to pass this course, like, get me through this. I don't care anymore. But honestly, you have to study like you're saving someone's life, because one day you will be responsible for saving someone's life. So my mindset now is just learning the material. I feel like when you learn the material and really understand what's happening with your patients, and like focusing more on details, guys, the grades will just follow. I mean, like, as long as you are looking at the material, doing practice questions, and like really focusing on just absorbing everything, you guys, your grades will be there. They will be there, but you just have to study like you were going to save a life. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but working. I mean, working with nursing school is really tough. I had to cut back my hours quite a bit. I mean, I always heard tons of people always say like it's almost impossible to work with nursing school, and you guys, it's totally possible to work. You just have to have set priorities and the time management. You really have to understand like what your priorities are, and just like using your time wisely, and you will be able to work. I mean, I work maybe 20 to 30 hours a week. Sometimes I'll cut back even less, so maybe like 10 to 20, especially if I have a lot going on with exams or clinicals, stuff like that. So you just really have to use your time wisely. With my work, I am PRN, so I'm as needed. I make my own schedule, so that has helped me a ton, because it's not someone telling me when to work. I just pick up when I want to. So let's say I want the entire week off before my finals or something, I just won't pick up from work, and I can do that. So definitely look into that. If you guys are working at a hospital, maybe you can work and ask them if you can just be PRN, if there's enough hours where you can pick up where you want to. I definitely, will not work on the days that I have classes, and then second, I do not work the few days up to an exam. So like I will take like 3 days off before an exam and study my little heart out each day. Even though I'm studying like weeks ahead of time, I still like to study prior to that exam, especially the day of the exam. I'll go over practice questions. More than you know. So another one for me was your grades versus knowledge. So this is going to go back to your mindset. It's not just going to be about your grades. It's not going to be like getting straight A's, and like you can definitely like use Quizlet and all these materials that are going to give you the answers, but if you guys are not really studying to learn the knowledge and understand the background of your nursing and just, you know, really understanding the material and the details of like your electrolytes and fluid balance and why things might be a certain way on an EKG, you know, just really like understanding like what is happening, the pathophysiology and things behind things, you guys, I'm sorry, but you will not be successful. You have to understand your material and understand what's going to happen with your patient, because you will have patients one day. You will have to take care of these people and understand why their labs are the way they are. So another thing for me is wishing what I knew before I started is NCLEX style questions. If I would have known about this ahead of time, I probably would have done a bunch of practice ones prior to my first exam. My first nursing exam, I failed it, and I was super bummed. Like, I was ready to quit nursing school already. I was like, maybe I'm just not smart enough for this, like I can't do this. But really it's just answering NCLEX style questions. If you know anything about them, you know all your answers are correct. You just have to choose the best one. So they really want you to critically think and understand the questions and your answers, because you really have to understand like your ABCs, so your airway, breathing, and circulation. So if you have a brand new nurse or like a nurse, she's going to work the floor. Let's say she has 3 new patients and it says something about assessing like which patient would you assess first, like who's your first priority. You want to make sure that no one's having like a breathing problem, you know, if they're risk for inspiration, is that what it's called, like if they have a G tube or something, aspiration, if they're like choking and stuff like that. Like, it really wants you to understand who you have to see first and why, and just really think of safety reasons. NCLEX is really all about safety and making sure that you and your patients are safe. So I wish I just would have known about this ahead of time. Definitely would have helped me a lot. I mean, I've grasped the concept now and I'm doing a lot better on my exams and quizzes and things, but in the beginning I wish I would have known that. So another super like key thing for me is just staying organized. You guys, I feel like your syllabus is going to be your key to success. That is my stomach. I'm so hungry right now, so I'm trying to be quick with this so I can go eat. But staying organized, your syllabus, you guys, it literally will teach you or tell you how to study for your tests, for your quizzes, what material you should be focusing on. Like, there's no guesswork, because your teacher does it for you. She plans out that syllabus and really lets you know into detail like what you should be focusing on. So I took that to my advantage last semester, and I feel like it helped me a ton. I mean, also using like test banks and Quizlet and all the things for materials. I have to understand like what chapters should I be focusing on, what like diseases am I supposed to focus on, like anemia or glomerulonephritis, or like whatever topic that we're focusing on. I'm trying to focus on those type of practice questions. So if you guys want to, I can go more into detail about the syllabus and how I'm studying, like what I do for preparing for an exam or like a quiz. I can definitely go into more detail for you guys. I just feel like that really helped me a ton. So last and not least, this is probably going to be one of my best tips for you, is to perfect your head to toe assessment. Before nursing school, I wish I would have known to look more deep into this and like do more like practice videos and watch other people do head-to-toe assessments and really just grasp like what your routine might be to do your assessment into more detail. I've said this on my Instagram not that long ago, but you guys, your head-to-toe assessment is going to make you the best nurse. Like, if you can do anything, it's to perfect your assessment. So like if you have a new patient and they come to your floor and it's the first time seeing them, you should be doing all of the things. You should be inspecting their skin for edema, for lesions, for ulcers. You should be rotating them, making sure that you're you should be making sure that you're rotating your patient and checking all of the pressure sites and just make sure that their skin is intact. You want to check their bum area. A lot of nurses lack that concept of rotating your patient and looking at the back side of them because they're laying around for a long time, and you should be checking those areas. But another thing that you might want to assess is like their fingernails or their toes, especially if you're like on the rehab floor. I had an instance on my clinicals where it wasn't charted by another nurse, but I wanted to chart it because this is what I saw. He was weak on one side, and the chart said that he was able to move it and like still able to like have movement, but it was just weak. But when I did my assessment and when I focused on, because he had a boot on and he could not move it, I was like, go ahead and like press against my hand, like push on it or like resist it. Like he would like resist if I was like pressing on his leg, but he couldn't do that on his right side. And I looked at his toes where his boot was, and I just said wiggle your toes, and he couldn't. So the chart saying that he still had movement, it was just not very strong, was false because he didn't have any movement at all. So you really want to focus on your assessment and really make sure that you guys are charting correctly and stuff like that. So really watch some like videos. I'm sure Registered Nurse RN here on YouTube probably has tons of helpful tips and videos for you guys for that. But your head-to-toe assessment is going to be super, super important, and it's really going to help you determine like what you're going to tell the doctor, like what you found, what you might need to suggest, things like that. So definitely look into that. So that is all that I had for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Give this video a big thumbs up if you guys like these type of videos. Make sure you guys comment down below for any type of video requests you guys may have. But other than that, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next videos. Bye!